It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another one. Today is Thursday, the first day of the second half of the working week. And we got another day in crypto. Look like we are opening the day looking pretty green, but we have to see how the market opens, the traditional market, the stock market, because that's really been what a lot of people have been paying attention to because of all the macro wins, right? I think yesterday, what did they do? 245% tariffs was implemented. Don't quote me. Something crazy, right? So but the point is, tariffs are still going on. We are in the midst of a trade war, but there has been talks about China and the U.S. coming to a deal. China's money printer actually has been going off, and we're starting to see that global M2 chart rise, right? It's actually at all-time highs. So a lot of people are anticipating that we do get some type of relief in the crypto space. I would kind of argue that based on what's happening in the real world, right? When you look at the I think we're at the most debt. I think the Fed said something about like the debt being like unsustainable right now. So a lot of people across the world are in debt. I've been seeing a lot of people across CT complaining about taxes, right? I guess the tariff's supposed to somehow get us in an area or an environment where we don't have taxes. Who knows what Trump wants to implement, right? He's been saying this and saying that. We really just need to see execution, right? Just like you would ask anybody else that's in a role of leadership. But in this video, we're going to be talking about Jasmy, guys, because we do have some breaking news on Jasmy. You can see here that the voting has officially ended, and Jasmy again came in the top 5, right? It's sitting here at 3. Now, I will say this. This right here caught my attention. I went down to just check the comments because I wanted to see the sentiment of Jasmy, right? And surprisingly enough, most of the comments are talking about this ZEC token. I have no clue what that token is, but that's what they're talking about. They're talking about ZEC and FTT. Now you got to go all the way down to even get to the first comment where somebody is trying to actually talk bad or wishing for Jasmy to be delisted, right? I'm just literally still scrolling and still no Jasmy comment to be found. So this is actually good. This is actually good because I would argue that the sentiment is not as bad as people think it is, right? They see Jasmy in the delisting zone and they automatically think FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, oh, it's a scam. But if you can go check the sentiment, most people are kind of wondering why Jasmy is even on this list, right? Why is Jasmy in the monitoring zone? Jasmy has been one of the top performers on Binance when you look at volume, right? We've been doing a lot of things as of late. When you think about the exchanges getting listed on, the partnerships, horror actually going out there and actually visiting some members from the Binance team. I think he posted a picture where he was standing with some Binance team members. So, I mean, this stuff is all over the place, but we got to go back to the beginning of what I say in every video. The fundamentals haven't changed. And I know I gotta say that now because you guys call me the Jasmy guy, So it's early in the morning, guys. I wanted to just give you an update on the voting here. So voting ended. We came in third place at about 8.6%. 8.6%. There's been misinformation out there that the top 3 automatically get listed, the top 5. Guys, that's not true. That's not true, right? Even after these votes, Binance has to come, and what they will do is they will look over it, right? They're going to look over it, right? Binance vote to delist campaign empowers users to participate in deciding which tokens should be removed, focusing on those with the monitoring tag due to concerns like low trading activity or development issues here. So if we just go back a little bit, you can see here what I'm saying is, a lot of people are asking the question like, why is Jasmy in the monitoring zone? And we've been asking that question for a while. But for the people that were wondering what actually has to happen, and this is the second batch of voting. No telling how many batches this will have, right? It says, please note when Binance conducts delisting reviews, we consider a variety of other factors. Vote to delist, commitment of the team, level and quality of development activity, trading volume and liquidity, stability and safety of networks from attacks, level of public communication, community engagement and transparency, responsiveness to our periodic due diligence requests, evidence of unethical, fraudulent conduct or negligence, new regulatory requirements, material unjusted, increased in token supply, or changes to tokenomics. And I think this has to be what happened with Jasmy and why Jasmy is in the monitoring zone. I think it was the change in tokenomics. So, if we just go back, a lot of people were wondering what happened here, right? There was a huge like unlock or whatever. And what happened was, Jasmy was on his way, was on his way up. It had this huge unlock. And then like the price tank, right? The price tank from what, like $1, $2, all the way down to 2 cent, right? And this is why it's in the monitoring zone, because you can clearly go here and just read it yourself. Material unjustified increase in token supply or changes to the tokenomics. Impact from changes to the project ownership structure or the core team members, community sentiment. So I want to ask everybody that's in the comments, in the chat, what do you think? Why do you think that Jasmy is in the monitoring zone? I think it is the material. I think it's this huge, no one talks about it anymore, but I personally think it's this, right? Because when I do my research and look at everything else, Jasmy checks off everything. I mean, stability and safety of the network from attacks. Like anything can get attacked, right? It doesn't matter if you got the most secure network or not, right? Hacks and all type of weird shit does happen in crypto. So I would say stability and safety of network, you're always going to have to be concerned with that. But the volume is good, the liquidity is good, right? You can move in and out. Jasmy is actually respected as a real company in Japan, is deemed the Bitcoin in Japan, because I wouldn't look at it as unethical or fraudulent. The only thing that kind of ticks the box off for me is level of quality of development activity. The by default, right? The stability and safety, and then the one that makes most sense is the increase in token supply or changes to the tokenomics. So I would say, guys, y'all let me know, why do you think Jasmy was in the monitoring zone? All right, taking a look at the Jasmy chart on the weekly, guys. We're not going to get that buy print until we get over these moving averages. Moving averages is still there, so technically we're not bullish until we can get over about 2.5 pennies. We get over 2.5 pennies, that's when Jasmy will start making some noise. On the bright side of things, we did break out of this let's see, we did break out of this downtrend, and this week is important because if we can print a confirmation candle here above this downtrend that we finally broke out here on the weekly, this could be the start of the next leg up for Jasmy, right? We got the stock RSI cross and confirmation here above 20. Well, we need the yellow line to get above 20, but the blue line is confirmation above 20. Not bad, but still hanging on to this downtrend. Like, we can easily get back in it. Like, we're kind of creeping back in it. We want to print this confirmation candle above this trend line. We print it above this trend line. This could be the start of a new trend. But from a TA perspective, technically, we're not bullish until we can get over 2.5 pennies. We need to get over these moving averages. You can see historically, Jasmy's price over these moving averages means business, right? Once we get over this 21-day and 50-day moving averages, we can start to really build that momentum. But until then, we're kind of like in this chop and downtrend and distribution, right? We had this huge green candle volume come in, and then we're back to the red candle. So we'll just have to see how the market responds. We really do need ETH to start moving. Unfortunately, I know y'all hate to hear that, but at the end of the day, Jasmy is one of those projects that kind of has the potential to grow when AI grows because of the data aspect, right? They're doing some things where they're also partner with NVIDIA. So you can look at some of the partnerships with Jasmy, and you can see for yourself. But yeah, ETH is still struggling, man. ETH is really holding on here for life, and it just seems to still be struggling. So it's hard to see Jasmy or any ERC20 token do a good until we see some type of life from ETH, right? Historically, every time ETH starts to run and gets over these moving averages, we start to see Jasmy perform, right? Because when ETH performs, Jasmy will perform because it has a lot of social engagement and people like green candles. And once green candles start happening, everybody wants to start buying again. Instead of adopting the Warren Buffett mindset where you buy the fear, you sell the news. But again, this fear is different because this fear, we could be either one step closer to forming a bottom, or we can be one step closer to heading into a great depression or something crazy. So this is just really, really weird market. Just stay patient. Just stay patient. And I have personally, you see, kind of like see me not making as much videos consistently. I'm just kind of subscribing to hustle over hopium, man. Hustle over hopium. Let's get these bags up. So if we do get into a recessionary environment, guess what? We can buy when we get close to the bottom. If we do blow off of here and go into altcoin season, we can buy upon confirmation. The most important thing is making sure that your financial situation is stable. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.